replace him. And memories of a successful spell on loan here with Blackburn Rovers early in 1987 might just help his confidence tonight. In front of him, a defence which does, after all, include Chris Fairclough and Gary Mabbott. Both came through fitness tests at midday. And Paul Walsh is back in attack after missing 3 games with illness. Blackburn have to compensate for the absence of their coveted goal-scoring defender Colin Hendry. He's suspended. 19-year-old Keith Hill, the replacement. Striker Andy Kennedy had a reserve game only last night to prove his recovery from injury. It is a side with plenty of experience in this competition. Terry Geno with Southampton has played in a final, and so too has Howard Gale with Sunderland. In charge on a mild, damp evening at Ewood Park, referee Vic Callow from Solihull. Blackburn Rovers kick off. Tottenham in a change strip of all yellow tonight, and Terry Venables' players hoping for a change of luck on a ground which has happy connotations for the manager himself. Venables made his Spurs debut here as a player, and Tottenham won 1-0. Kennedy did well. Taken on by Gale. Sellers, and there was fouled off the ball. Mitchell Thomas being called over by Vic Callow. Gets away with just the talking to. In fact, the foul served its purpose because Blackburn were building very promisingly down the right. And it got in the way. Gale, given room to turn, chased now by Paul Allen. Gale shoots. Oh my word, what a shot too. And Bobby Mims shows his paces with a flying save. So the goalkeeper, who's very much in the spotlight, really flung himself to his left. Scott Sellers doesn't quite get it right from the corner, allowing Mims to make another catch. Trying to hit it flat towards the near post, where Kennedy's height would be a factor. Hill tight on Stewart. And you can see on the far side, crowd still coming in. Very much one of the traditional homes of football as portrayed by the Football League, a founder member of the league, Blackburn Rovers. And Garner with the flag up, not against Simon Garner, obviously, because he had defenders ahead of him, but against Kennedy to his left and ahead of him. Atkins. Garner, that's a great turn, typical of his work. Oh my word! The flag was up in any case. Against Kennedy, the ball hit him. But Simon Garner has made a living out of sharp work in opposing penalty areas for Blackburn Rovers. It flashed across past Kennedy, who was offside. Garner, who's just completed his testimonial year, in fact, was presented with a cheque for £22,500 before the game. Booted on by Mail, and Garner fouling Mabbott. But loyalty is an important commodity in football, and Simon Garner has certainly shown that to Blackburn. 10 years here for the number 10. Fenwick with the free kick. Sellers, who's got that Good touch to make space for himself, and having released the pass, Blackburn benefit from that at the hub of the move. Miller. Sellers involved again. Chased by Allen. And Tottenham going about their work with plenty of application. And Stewart is away. Walsh in the middle. Waddle trying to get there as well. Here's Walsh at the near post. Waddle round the back. Oh, and it's against the frame of the goal. And Tottenham now having to turn and chase back in the face of Howard Gale's break. Stopped by Fenwick, and that's a foul. And the ground in hubbub. Most of the supporters here relieved at the let-off. Walsh didn't make any contact. Waddle did. But Davis just did enough in that man-for-man marking job on Waddle to stop Chris Waddle scoring from very close range. How badly Spurs needed that to go in. Well, that was Kennedy raising the tempo for Rovers. Andy Kennedy, the Scotsman, climbing well but not controlling the header. Dawson. Garner looking for the ball played over the top and then realising that he would have run offside. It's Sellers who shoots. An excellent effort too. Mims had a problem to get a clear look at it as well, but even at the extremity of his dive, he couldn't touch it. And in the end, that was just as well, because it was a foot or so wide. Gascoigne trying to provide a spectacular end to the first half with Walsh's help. Kennedy. That's a good ball to Sellers. Garner up with him. But played wide. Miller's in there. The crowd a little disappointed that Blackburn didn't have anyone competing for the loose ball as the header dropped on the edge of the area. And we're still at 0-0. Thanks really to Bobby Mims' excellent early save from Howard Gale. And he's had a good first half. And Chris Waddle, who hit the post when perhaps he should have scored in Tottenham's best moments so far. But at half-time at Ewood Park, it's Blackburn Rovers 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Welcome back to Ewood Park, and Blackburn Rovers have a substitute on for the second half. Sean Curry, who had a goal disallowed in the first game at White Hart Lane. He's now back into the action in place of Howard Gale. Really, we're no nearer knowing who will go into the fourth round to play at Southampton or Scarborough. Walsh. Waddle. Oh, and Walsh threw himself at the cross, with Stewart coming in behind him. Walsh could only have hoped to deflect the ball rather than meet it as squarely as he did. He was way beyond that far post as we look. Curry, former Liverpool reserve. Stewart. Player right and left. To the right it's Waddle, to the left it's Walsh. While he was thinking about it, combination of Dawson and Reed dispossessed him. That's a clever dummy by Sellers, allowing Atkins to take it on. Here's Miller. Garner coming in. It's a corner. Simon Garner's stock in trade really is to just get half a yard on a defender. Sellers with the corner. And Mail, not really noted for his goal-scoring, David Mail. You have to go back 2.5 years to find the last time he got himself on the score sheet for Blackburn Rovers. he was first to it, and Tottenham a little fortunate to survive. Sellers losing out. Gascoigne being obstructed surely by Nicky Reed. A couple of decisions now in the last few seconds have gone against Blackburn, and you wouldn't need me to say that if you saw all the reactions. Nicky Reed, who played for Manchester City against Spurs in that 1981 FA Cup final, was a loser then after a replay. Is the same thing going to happen to him tonight in the third round of the Littlewoods Cup? Gascoigne. Oh, and Geno's lost it. Fenwick is there. Thomas has turned it in, but it's not going to count. Well, it was Blackburn who had the late goal disallowed at White Hart Lane. There's been plenty of talk about that. And again, it's the away side who are disappointed, presumably for the first challenge by Mitchell Thomas, although there may well have been an offside in there as Thomas turned the ball over the line. The shot from Gascoigne didn't quite have enough sting in the tail of the regulation time. Extra time seemingly certain now. And the foul throw by Thomas, and indeed we've had 3 hours now of this Littlewoods Cup third round tie. We still haven't had a goal, and at Ewood Park, Blackburn Rovers and Tottenham Hotspur go to extra time. Tremendous interest in these parts with the arrival of Tottenham Hotspur at Ewood Park, even as the bottom of the table side in the First Division, and the local fans getting an extra half an hour for their money. Walsh. Well, there's going to be some weariness on view. Paul Stewart with the shin guards discarded. Players on both sides carrying injuries going into the game. Something you feel has got to give. Thomas. Walsh with a swift turn, but matched by Mayle. David Mayle with first-class delivery. Allen and Mayle. Well, it didn't run for him that time. Stewart. And Geno got the ball. To the relief of Keith Hill, who found Paul Stewart too much of a handful then. Stewart buffeted him aside. Gascoigne. Stewart against Hill. Is he past him? He is, and not past Geno. Well, that is the route forward for Tottenham if they're going to win it tonight. Paul Stewart too quick for Keith Hill. This is the second time in the first period of extra time, and for the second time also, Terry Geno with a marvellous piece of goalkeeping. Well, we came here perhaps to keep an eye on Bobby Mims, but we shouldn't forget that there are two goalkeepers out there, and Terry Geno has been a significant figure in keeping the first period of extra time still scoreless. 15 minutes remaining if it's going to be settled tonight. So much endeavour has gone into this tie. But as yet, no penetration. If anything, it's an advert for the system of playing three central defenders. Certainly meant that chances have been restricted. Butters, one of Tottenham's three in the middle of the back now. He's certainly not looked out of place, the debutant. Allen. Stewart. It's a good header to win because Tottenham can build from this with Stevens and Samways. And it's a free kick, all stemming from Paul Stewart's ability to lift a wearying body up and guide the header down. And he's taken up his station in the middle. Gascoigne to take the free kick. Mitchell-Thomas off the post and in for Tottenham. So Tottenham, in the second period of extra time, get the break that they've been craving because the ball hit the inside of the post, trickled along the line and just into the net. Curry. Reed. Well, Blackburn have got to redouble their efforts. They haven't had too many opportunities, and now they certainly have to find one goal, or they're going out on their own ground of the Littlewood Cup. Oh, Lindsay's in! Keith Hill was jumping for it. Mims was off his line. In went Hill. I'm not sure whether his was the crucial touch. Oh, Kennedy was right in there as well. They were all up, looked to me like an own goal off Guy Butters. Stewart taking them all on. Paul Stewart. Terrific play. Another twist to the tail. And that's an answer to his critics. 3 goals now in 5 minutes. And this the best of them. Stewart got his head down and went for broke. And still had the composure at the end to tuck it past Geno. And it's Blackburn's turn to look aghast. Atkins with the cross. Miller's in there. Garner's in there. Those are the margins that you're dealing with. Simon Garner, who goes home tonight with his testimonial cheque for £22,500 in his pocket. But it's looking more and more as though he's going home as a loser on the pitch. Dawson, the last flurry from Blackburn Rovers, and it's a corner. Even now, The tension must be unbearable. They've made so many mistakes this season and been punished for them. They have to hold on. And they have done. Paul Stewart, back in his native northwest, put on a powerhouse display as the match wore on. Tottenham go through to the fourth round after a really dramatic spell of extra time. They've beaten Blackburn Rovers at Ewood Park by 2-1.